I can see 2 planes coming in for a landing right now. That's so awesome. Hold on. I've got to wipe this off. What's up, Daniel? You had me worried there for a second. You were like about 3 or 4 seconds later than you normally are. I was like, oh my God, he's not going to join. I'm messing around. Thanks for joining, dude. What's up? I'm like, he's not going to join. No. Thank you, Daniel. Honey, I'm home. Hello. You guys know how I was saying the other day? Sherry. By the way, I was saying that the planes aren't coming in this way anymore for landings. Yeah, I see 2 on the horizon right now. One's about to cross over soon. A couple seconds here. A minute, maybe. He's coming in. And there's one way off in the distance. They're bringing them all in here, folks. Daniel, thank you so much, dude. I really appreciate that, my friend. Thank you for the super chat. You the man, brother. And then, okay, so this one's coming over now. It might be a little muffled because I have the microphone on, but you can probably hear it. That's low enough where you can probably hear it through the microphone. And then there's another one coming in. Again, thank you, Daniel. In fact, this keeps up. Hang on one second. All right. It's cool and rainy there in Albuquerque. Yeah, that sounds awesome. Here comes the next plane coming in for a landing, folks. Coming in for a landing. It's right there. Already lined up. And then, well, this one looks like a way smaller plane. That looks tiny. What's up, Power Animals? What's going on, dude? Welcome, my friend. Can you guys hear the birds? And this plane, where did that one go? Oh, there it is. This is a small one. It's getting dark now, so it's gonna be a lot easier to see them coming in now. The whole sky is pretty much dark, and there's a cloud cover. Oh, there's clouding coming up because we might get thunderstorms really soon. Like really, really soon. Yep, the thunderstorms are rolling in. I can see them all now. Hopefully, the birds are still going. Thanks again, Daniel. What's up, everybody? In Albuquerque. See the clouds rolling in? It was like nice and bright, sunny. Now the clouds are like the thunderheads are rolling in. Starting to. We're supposed to get some thunderstorms here in a little bit and some rain here right outside of Filet. It's for the birds. You know, I wish I had money right now. I'm gonna buy a rain chain so bad for like so I think a rain chain would be perfect, like right there to start off with, and then eventually over this way too. But this one would be awesome, just right here. Great rain chain spot. And for those of you that don't know what a rain chain is, it's a Japanese type thing, and instead of the downspouts, they're called rain chains. So they're basically like chains that are all linked, and they go straight down, just straight down, it all linked together. And what it does is it like it makes the water travel down it pretty quickly, and you get more of a funnel of water. So if you're trying to collect rainwater, for instance, rain chains would be a great source for that because it actually collects a lot more of the water, and it can, like, gutters usually just dump it out to your yard or whatever, or you have to run something to do all that. A rain chain, you just, it's right below it. Yeah, on TikTok Shop. I'm probably here on YouTube as well. They're awesome. And like they're like 20 or 40, like between 20 and $40. You can go more expensive with it, but I have not dabbled yet. The only thing is like you have to take down the downspout, and then you have to install the rain chain, which it shouldn't be too difficult, but it is going to be a little bit of work involved. And then you have to have something below it, like a drain of some sorts, or like a bucket, and keep track of that bucket if that's what you're trying to do and collect rainwater. Um, uh, Honestly, I trust rainwater more than my own water source. They are beautiful, aren't they? Yeah, it's called a rain chain, dude. It's very zen. It's very like meditative because it brings the water down more of a focus, and you can watch it. It's like mesmerizing looking, and yeah, it's just really cool. I feel like Japan does a really great job of utilizing their water, just in general. That's another way that they utilize their water. I mean, they collect that water, that rainwater, I'm sure a lot from those rain chains. And they look and sound beautiful on top of all that. So it's like a win-win-win. Yeah, I want to look into one once I you know, financially can. Because I love stuff that like helps you kind of meditate in a sense and like feel calm and peace. And if it can be something as simple as like a rain chain thing that's like 20 to $40 that you can sit outside in the rain on the porch and watch that's going to be awesome. I'd sit there and watch it for hours. I love stuff like that. I love like uh, incense stuff. Well, that sucks because incense does give me a headache after a while, but I love to watch the smoke. Another one bites and dust. Another one bites and dust. It's like, why are you asking? Why do you need to know that information? And another one gone, and another one gone. Another one bites the dust. Yo, how was your pizza the other night, Daniel? The pepperoni and the green chili pizza. Take some pics next time with that one, brother. I so badly want to put this somewhere in the shot. I think it may be right there. Another plane coming in. I think I nailed it. Yes, nailed it. Dion's never disappoints. All right. We got planes coming in like crazy, folks. We got planes coming in. Yeah, no, we're not going to do the roof thing tonight because I remember I was just saying that there's like some storms coming in. So I'm not going to go on top of the roof while there's storms coming in. Well, thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Yeah, I mean, we need some kind of ventilation up in there. It's so hot. So, yeah, we might be getting some storms coming in here real quick. So, I hope to capture it for you guys. Um, I think it's gonna be more like just a lot of rain, like a lot of rain real quick. Yeah, my buddy Adam was saying that he might be willing to come out my way this month for just like a weekend. Um, and we I was letting him know I'll give him, do a tour of the city of Philadelphia because there's a lot to see. I've never even done anything like that, so I'd love to do it. And so much history, obviously, like the Liberty Bell and just everything, based around Philly. I mean, there's a lot of history there about you know the U.S. and how it came about. Um, But I also want to take him to this pizza shop, pizza spot slash cheesesteak spot, which is called Angelo's, and it's supposedly like the best of the best. Definitely in this area, even would give New York places a run for their money. Apparently, the storm is coming, dude. How I mean, I'm gonna hide that because I feel like it's borderline pretty much inappropriate. But there you go. Sherry did it. Sherry had enough. Sherry wasn't having that. Sherry wasn't having that. Yo, the lights. That cube is like. I love that I got that cube. My stomach just growled. Yeah, there's a storm coming. It's blowing in over the bayou. I can see how dark it got. There's somebody walking with a flashlight. It's pitch dark all the way down there, and they're still walking towards here. See them? People down there. Lights. Another bombast and dust. Another bombast and dust. The birds were still going like just a few minutes ago when I first started this live stream. The birds were still chirping. They just ended. Now it's getting to be more like nighttime. I love nighttime. I think I actually enjoy nighttime more than daytime. What about you guys? I don't have the laptop right now on me to do a poll, but what would you say? Like, what would you prefer, the daytime or the nighttime? Day and night. Nighttime for sure for Daniel. Yeah, I think nighttime for me too, dude. I like the night. I do some of my best like thinking at night. Yep, I agree, power animals. But if you had to choose one, what would it be? My anxiety is calmer at night. So that's a good thing. That's something that it's important that you're self-aware enough, Daniel, to know that. That's a huge thing to know that, by the way. Bravo. And it's like you can, I don't need to sit here and tell you how you can utilize that to your advantage, right? That knowing that is huge. That's like, that's a huge part of like, um, it's easier to sleep at night. Well, yeah, of course. Oh, you're saying like it's easier to sleep at night. I got what you're saying. No, well, we need to get our sleep. That's for sure. uh, but like, I like when I get like my an earlier night started. Like for instance, right now, like I got an earlier night started than starting this live stream at like 9:30, 10 o'clock at night. At that point now we're getting into, even if I started later than that, then it's like getting into the very late hours of the night for people on the East Coast at least. But the rest of the world, I mean, even the rest of the United States, I mean, it's 3 hours behind. That's pretty significant. Yeah, sleep is one of my favorite things too. I usually try to run myself into the ground though. Like I'm like, I need to be exhausted. I'm like, Yeah, man, that's awesome. In the early evening, yeah, that's like setting yourself up for, you know, success. And, you know, being very mindful of trying to be more mindful of like how you're feeling during certain times of the day and night. And then kind of, it's a pretty big plane gone by. Then just kind of like, yeah, slowly chipping away at it of like, okay, well, why am I getting so much anxiety during this time of the day as I look back? Why is it so common during that part of the day or that part of the night? And what can I do to fix that type deal? Yeah, exam weeks. Hey, well, first of all, thank you for being here, Starboy. Um, I'm a motherfucking Starboy. Uh, yeah, and I get what you're saying. I mean, exams, that's tough, but you're gonna get through it. You can do it. You can do it. You know you can do it. Yeah, I like the added. Another huge reason why I got this cube was for out here knowing that this type of, ceilings here. So what you're seeing on the top right here is the reflection of the cube working, and that's awesome. You've cheated. Well, guess what? Eventually you're going to get caught cheating. So be very careful with that. I'm not going to sit here and be like, you have to stop doing it because I don't even know you. But it's definitely not going to help you in the long term. Cheating. It's going to definitely hurt you when you could just study and pass. Yeah. I mean, true cheaters don't usually like just be like, "Yo, yeah, I cheated," but there ain't no shame in your game. Okay. Cause I'm a cheater. Sooner or later, you better not be there. Yeah. You're getting closer. And I'm freaking cheating and I'm cheating and I'm cheating and cheating. Cheating's bad, okay. Yeah, happy April Fool's Day. Yeah. So what do we do for that? There's no like the clouds are rolling in. It's I can tell how like it's nighttime now. It's dark here. Uh, the sun is officially down, but like I can tell by the shades of the sky, it's so much brighter this way, and it's pitch dark that way. So my guess is these storms, if we get them, I know rain's coming, but I'm hoping to get maybe a little bit of lightning and thunder. Thank you, elevator. I love my lights too. Thanks for being here. Oh yeah, I've cheated before too. Yeah, for sure. Like on a quiz or like a test. Now, I honestly I didn't do it too often, but I'd say in middle school I was definitely cheating quite a bit. I was pretty like rebellious and rebellious for my standards in middle school. It's electric. Boogie, boogie, boogie. Yeah, there's no wind or I like to pay attention to like knowing that like storms are coming in. I like to kind of pay attention, see how that like storm front rolls in. I'm like, whoa, that was awesome. I like to be that dialed in sometimes, where not all the time, but um, enough to keep me like grounded, if you will. And I've even noticed for me like when I pay attention to like certain bird calls or like bird sounds that are around me, like at any point of the day, really, any evening, and then just kind of dial into that and just like uh, I can, you know, I just tend to do a lot better. You Google the tests. That's not the best school that allows you to Google the tests. How stupid of them. But then again, if it was, I don't know how long ago that was, but I mean, I know when I was going, so I went to an all online like university to get my bachelor's degree, and that's all I took. And it was freaking hard, but anyway, um, it was incredibly difficult. Even you would think it'd be a lot like I don't know. I went to school for classes prior to that at a community college in my area, but that wasn't that difficult really. But like getting my going because that was for my associates, but then like in the bachelor type courses, I was like, whoa, some of this stuff's really hard, and you have to basically teach yourself when you're doing online ones. Oh, I'm sure, dude. Yeah, because I'm sure getting your mat it was probably so difficult. I have taught myself Eve 6. I will swallow my pride and I will choke on the rinds, but the lack thereof will leave me empty inside. Swallow my doubt, turn it inside out, find nothing but faith in nothing. Mama put my tender heart in the blender, watch it spin around to work. Oh, everything. Boo. Are you a healer? All in caps. Rendezvous that I'm through with you. Burn, burn like a weed. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I am a healer. That's my name, right? Highly sensitive healer. So yeah, I'm healing myself, and I would like to think that I can help heal others by just being myself. Bzz. Be yourself. And sometimes that can be as small as just having compassion for someone else, you know? Some empathy for someone else. That actually can help heal others by just showing that. Not saying that you're, oh, I'm a compassionate person, and then not actually showing compassion, not actually showing empathy. Um, you know, so that I mean I really don't. I'm highly sensitive, so I'm a highly sensitive healer. I'm a highly sensitive person that's healing himself, and with of course the help of others. But I am also a healer at this point because I just how I naturally am. It's my personality type. And I'm not talking about physically healing people. I can't like hold my hand out and then heal all your deep pain in your bones and in your body. But I feel like I have the capability of helping heal others emotionally, mentally, more than anything, by just being a good person and also continuing to grow and heal myself. Uh, yeah, I mean, I feel like some of that comes with some packs a punch. If you don't know who and what you are and why you're here, but starting to figure all that out, at least for me, has shown shown me that I'm headed towards the right direction in my life. Thank you. 6. Yeah, dude, the smell of rain. Yes, you can smell it coming. It's like this, like it's almost like I know it's not gonna sound pleasant, but like a mold smell, but it's a very faint one, and it's all throughout the air. And it's like one that you can like. It's very distinct. I've never seen those people, power animals, and I know I'm a highly sensitive person. There's no doubt about that. I'm, you know, especially when I'm really dialed in. Nature helps me get there very easily. Um, like I said, sounds of the birds, crickets, anything that's like around me that I can dial into and be like, and feel calm, feel peace, knowing like little to no anxiety, and just be my true self. And a lot of the times, that's actually what I'm doing here, especially right now, is I'm just being myself and hopefully, helping or healing someone else in some small way each time. That's enough for me. Oh, sorry, I hit my microphone, but that's enough for me. And it's it, I'm in a very unique spot for a male, for a man, uh, being highly sensitive and being an empath type person at my core, and continuing to grow and to hone in on those gifts. Um, that's really rewarding, and it's a huge reason why I created this channel in the first place. And I also really, really have this deep passion for helping others in any way I possibly can. And sometimes it can just be someone that just listens. I've learned that through in coaching. I've learned that through my own therapy sessions, to just have someone there to listen to you, that hears you out and hears your side of things. It can be so healing. So it's the simple things in life. It's, you know, building trust with others, and having healthy relationships with others that you can share that with and be like, you know, it is power animals. Did you really just say that? We got to keep things PG here. I gotta hide that. I'm not gonna like block you or anything, but you gotta be careful with that kind of stuff. Come on now. So yeah, I feel like it's a pretty great gift to have, but it's a gift that comes with I'm trying to think how to word it. You got to be careful. You have to be you got to be able to protect yourself in a society and in a world that's like the way that it is. I don't need to sit here and sugarcoat it for you guys. You guys get it. So it's tough for someone that is that way, even more so that has very aggressive, very narcissistic, very toxic type, very like even manipulative, uh, uh, not so great people around. Uh, I can hear the rain starting right now. You're an empath, Daniel, for sure. You're not just empath. You're not just empathetic, but you're an empath. I believe. I also feel like I am as well, and that comes with a whole nother different set of not set but multiple things of like you got to just be careful. You got to really protect yourself. I'm not normally one to be contained, but I will today. Thank you. I just got what you were trying to say. I was like, okay, yeah, okay. I appreciate that. Please double tap your screens, folks. Double tap those screens. It's greatly appreciated. If you are digging the vibe of this live, huh, huh, hit subscribe. Meow. I can hear the rain starting up. It's light. It's rolling in. My neighbors are over there. I wonder if, I'm sure they're starting to feel the rain now, but I feel like they're going to go running for it here in a little bit. Meow. I think it's like sometimes like I think it's great to like remind yourself, especially if you are a male, a highly sensitive male, because they're I feel like HSP males especially are it's rare to run into one, or and it's also got to be even more rare to run into one that actually knows that they are one. If that makes sense to you guys, I should make sense. I know Sherry's gonna understand it. I know Daniel's gonna get it. Power animals. No, I'm just kidding. I think power animals is gonna get it too. Um, but what I'm trying to say is, if you're a highly sensitive person, that's okay. There's a reason that we have those gifts. It's not about challenging other people. It's just a matter of like just being comfortable in your own skin, in a sense of um, yeah, life is a competition. Dig it. I think life's a garden. Dig it. Anyone know who said that? Yeah, I mean, healthy competition is great. I love it. So I'm right there with you. I think everybody's valuable. I think we're all valuable. I think we all have a purpose. I feel like some people just really need a lot of help. And it's sad. Dude, that's awesome, Daniel. Dude, I feel like that's just gonna be that's just gonna be the start of it for you, dude. I'm stoked for you. That's freaking awesome. I love hearing that, man. Thank you for sharing that. But are birds real? Nah, dude, birds aren't real. Ah! I'm just gonna bring everything in a tad. We are still gonna stay connected. I'm going to unplug the microphone so you guys can hear the rain. I agree. Daniel's very, very, very talented. And birds aren't real, bro. Birds aren't real. I love that whole thing. That was genius. What hopefully you can post like what magazine and everything like that, man. That's awesome. That's so cool. That's gotta be so like rewarding. Yeah, me too, man. You guys understand, like, most people aren't dialed into the rain falling. They're not really dialed into the snow falling. Not dialed into what's going on out in nature. Our parks, when it's torrential rains, the parks are flooding. There's rapid waters going through. It's, life is still continuing. Nature keeps doing what it needs to do to survive. And just to like really be able to dial into like what's going on around you sometimes when you live in like a city, like a big city, at least for me, it's nice to get away and to like just listen to the sound of the rain falling on your tin roof of your porch and just taking in the moment and enjoying it. Yeah. Like it's cooling down. Like I can feel I love that too. Like feeling the front coming in. So if it's, whether it's like, cooler air to warmer air or warmer air to cooler air, right now it's warmer air to cooler air and I can feel the breeze coming in. And now I just got a huge whiff of rain, dude. I mean, it's strong right now. And I can smell fire. Hopefully they're not related. But yeah, it's starting to rain now. And the storms are definitely coming in. Now I don't see any thunder or anything like that, but I just said, do I see any thunder? I don't see any lightning, I meant to say. Can't see thunder. Lightning, thunder, thunder, thunder. I'm just gonna put this right here so it doesn't get ruined, and this right here so it doesn't get ruined. And I don't think it's gonna rain hard enough where I'm gonna have to like retreat inside too quickly. It's closed. Yep, it's closed. We're good. Are you guys still with me?
Who's Whitney? 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 Man, it smells like a fireplace, too. My man, my man. All right, Power Animals is still here. So Daniel, the other night Sherry and I were talking about the Nancy Guthrie case, and that's super close to you, man. That's in the next state over. That's all taking place. How wild is that case? Dova, welcome. Thank you for being here. Thank you for saying hi. Oh, the storm's coming in. Oh, it's not Van Drive. The Tucson, Arizona. That's where it was. Tucson, Arizona. It is a wild case. Uh, Sherry, uh, Sherry is a big believer that the family had something to do with it, and I can definitely see why that would be. In some instances, I hope that's not it. I'm sure that a lot of people hope that's not it. I feel like that might be like an easy way to go in this. That's where most people are going to go, and I can see why. Uh, but I feel like it's deeper than that. You think someone in the family had something to do with it? I mean, there's that Savannah. I don't think had anything to do with it. Savannah, I don't think. I think, if anything, she would be like a double. Like she might be like a double target. I don't think she did anything wrong. But you know, we talked about quite a bit of stuff. Uh, you know, the FBI is heavily involved. So, uh, from what I read, there was. Uh, it's going to probably start pouring here soon. So let me do the microphone again because you guys won't be able to hear me.
Can you guys hear me? All right, so the rain's going to sound lower now, but it's about to start pouring, so it's going to be super loud. Um, uh, the family, if the family like is involved, super bold move, very high risk. I don't know about that one. It's about to go down. The word on the street that it would be the sister Annie that people seem to be leaning towards if it were a family member. But they've been cleared. Oh, did you guys see that? That was some awesome lightning. That just lit the whole sky up. And that was awesome. Annie, is you okay? Annie, is you okay? Is you okay, Annie? Annie, is you okay? Annie, is you okay? There's the thunder. That was really delayed. It got a lot cooler outside now. Yeah, I have a really bold theory myself. Very bold. Very, and I've felt this, and I've like had a decent idea that it was this from the start, and I still do. Oh dang! What's up, Julie? Thanks for joining. That's crazy. Yeah, we just got some nice lightning here. Hopefully, you guys saw that behind me. It was more out this way, but I don't know how far back it went. That was awesome. You can feel the shift in the weather now. Like it's definitely cooled down quite a bit. It's supposed to be like 30 degrees cooler tomorrow, which is a pretty big jump or you know dip. Socks and sweaters. Yeah. So Daniel, I just got to. So one more thing with the true crime stuff. So the Idaho case, the Idaho murders, the four people that were murdered in the middle of the night. Um, the 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 perpetrator, Brian Koberger, there's now DMV footage of a surveillance camera at the DMV because most DMVs are, they have a lot of them. Now that has been released. He went to the DMV at sometime after the murders, and he wanted a license plate change for his car, and that's why he was there. And the clerk at the DMV, like they were having a conversation, and then eventually it's just transitioned into like the clerk shared that I'm scared what's going on in Moscow, Idaho, with the murders and everything like that. It's crazy, it's scary, all that kind of stuff. And she was talking to their freaking murderer. That is so eerie, man. That is like she's got to be like super like goosebumps all over her body. Like, oh my gosh. I was just making small talk with somebody that was a customer at the DMV that day, and they happened to be the freaking killer. Holy moly. And it was all captured on camera. She wasn't allowed to say anything about that too, the clerk. She would have been in violation of court. So she had to keep all that quiet for that enough contained and not let it get out because there was a gag order. Can you imagine? It's like I don't get what possesses someone to do something like that. Like how does your brain go to such violence and evil? Like how do you it's like how do you allow it to get that bad? How do you allow it to how do you allow yourself to become that evil? Oh, that is like bone chilling. Stalking and like setting out to do something like that. That's so blatant. Hello? Hello? Everybody, yeah, rock your body, yeah. Everybody, back streets back, alright. Hello, hello. Am I just talking out my butt here? GMTA. Good morning to you all. They. Yeah, that's kind of stuff happens. Like I had like a major crime happen around me when I was growing up, and in fact, we were riding our bikes, and it was we rode right past. Apparently, a freaking murder just happened at the house that we were just riding our bikes past because the cops were everywhere. Crime scene tape was going up everywhere, and we were all just like, "Holy moly!" And they're like, no one in like they taped everything off. We were just like, "Whoa!" And they're like, "There's blood in the window," and we found a body, and that's all we heard, and we were like, "What?" Did you ever hear that Fresno, California? Did you ever hear that about that case about oh my gosh, it's so eerie. Um I can't remember the name, but yeah, what up, Patrick? Thanks for joining. Thanks for being here. Not David Stone. What's up? I don't think it was David Stone. It was something like that, but I don't think that's what the name was. Hold on, let me look it up real fast. No, no one named Stainer. Hold on one sec. John Lang. John Lang. It's I think it's one of the most creepiest like stories out. One of the creepiest ones out there. His name was John Lang, and yeah, the story's like he was paranoid and everything, but he also apparently like exposed the Fresno Police Department for a whole bunch of different potential crimes, and that they were covering it all up. And not only were they covering it up, but they were like actively stalking him and trying to hurt him. And he installed video cameras everywhere because he was so paranoid. And what the video cameras, the CCTV coverage, the after the fact picked up outside of his house was pretty much what he was talking about, what he was saying about the police department stalking him and potentially trying to hurt him. And uh, he was found dead in an apparent house fire, but they found like stab wounds on him. So that lightning, they found stab wounds on him, and they were like, "This guy didn't die in a fire from smoke inhalation and burns. He was stabbed to death." And then after the fact, that the house was lit on fire, and the Fresno Fire Department was there, the police department, all of them. So no, I don't think all police are terrible. We can't we can't possibly pretend like we know personally every police officer out there. I know, and I've come across some great police officers in my life. Um, Great lightning right now, especially to tell a story like this. It's almost like fake. It's like AI. Um, but this one seems pretty real. It seems pretty real. Um, there's no doubt. I think that there is and so the cameras that he installed outside of his, like, his house, he had them all pointed out or whatever. And this is like in the early, this happened a while back ago. This is long ago. This was, hold on, it's taking forever to pull it up. Yeah, man, isn't it? Yeah, I knew a nice. I didn't think we'd get as much lightning as we're getting right now, but I'm glad that we are. It's pretty cool. And the rain's coming down again. No, I did not see what happened to Afro Man. Sorry. Yeah. But so, some police are bad. There are some that are bad. There's no denying that. But there's also a lot out there that are good and that are there for the right reasons. The majority of them are there to protect us. So let's try to keep that in mind, and at least show them respect, at the very least. I think they deserve that. Oh, that smell of rain. All right, Julie, thanks for joining. Take care. Have a nice night. Break it down. Get the pump stop. Stop. Get it now. It's, oh man, it smells rain. All right, take care, Patrick. They must be acorns. Not acorns. Unicorns. That was funny. I'm scared. Oh, that smell of rain is sharp. Man, it's so distinct. It's like this. It's not really a bad storm at all. Not really that much wind. Yeah, I enjoy it. I enjoy that smell, for sure. Especially like in the summer when you really want things to cool down. Like a thunderstorm rolls in, it just kind of cools everything down, and you can get that smell. I love that. It's awesome. Oh, I can feel that breeze coming in. Yeah, I think the best thing for like highly sensitive people is to like be able to use your senses, like utilize them, you know, things that you enjoy, and to hopefully help make this world a better place to live in. I know it's going to be tough, but we got to try. Can't give up. Oh yeah, here's the win. Oh, that was great. Turn that off. Hopefully we can catch a little bit more lightning behind. Let me sit back in the chair so you guys can see more of the sky. Thank you all for being here. Yeah, it's definitely a smell I enjoy. Um, there's certain distinct smells that, like, stick with you. I love the smell of a campfire as well. That's awesome. It's really coming down. Fine. Whoop, whoop. Thank God that street light's there. Yeah, I love the rain too. It's absolutely imperative. The whole water cycle depends on it, but also a lot of rain super fast. I mean, 10, 20 inches at one time in a couple hour period. That it could not be peaceful and be the opposite of peaceful, and it's time to run for your life. Sir, you look amazing today. Just saying. Oh, dang, girl. Thanks, girl. Whoa, cool. Oh, yeah. Whoa. Holy crap. Get a room.
It's a twister. It's a twister. Holy! Oh man, there's a lot of spray coming in now. Oh, it's getting wet in here. Yeah, we're getting wet. It's just spray. It is. It's coming down hard. Yes, please double tap the screen, folks, to like this live stream. If you're digging the vibe of this live, please hit subscribe. Thank you. What's up, Liu Kang? Thanks for joining, my friend. How are you? Perfect weather to take a nap. Amen to that, brother. No, I'm staying put tonight. Nancy, thank you for being here, by the way. It's my window. I can't stand the rain. I can't stand the rain. Nice little storm. It's my window. Thank you for subscribing, Nancy. We are back. What's for dinner? I was just thinking about how you shared about Chinese food the other night. But dinner tonight, yeah, I don't really know. I had some potato salad earlier. That's kind of enough for me. It was on the cloudy side here in Dallas. Or welcome from Dallas, Texas. You're having pork chops, yellow rice, and Caesar salad. That sounds awesome. Enjoy, my friend. Enjoy. I needed shorts on earlier, folks. Now it's getting, with this storm coming in, the way that it is right now, it's blowing way more cooler air. I might need to change. Not quite yet, but I can feel those colder air coming, and it's like making my legs cold. Do a flip. No. That would end really bad. I went to my dentist appointment today regardless. Awesome. Alice, welcome. Hello back to you. The rain's cold too. It's not, it's kind of on the porch. It's coming in, but it's just like mist over this way. Just mist. When that wind blows, though, it's getting chilly. Ooh, I just got the chills. No, I don't want to take. I just got to get out of shorts, I think. Ooh. There we go. Thank you, Daniel. Why is it raining? I don't know. I don't know. Stop the madness, though. Thank you. I live in Ohio. What country do you live in? The same country that you do. And welcome from Ohio. Yeah, I agree. You can't control Mother Nature, and if you try to harness and control Mother Nature's always going to win. It's always going to like fix itself and rebalance itself, no matter how it has to, no matter how extreme it has to. the more extreme we do things, the more extreme nature has to adjust itself. So we don't want to keep being so extreme with our planet and not caring about certain things. Just kind of brushing it under the rug as if it's nothing. Because, it's important to take care of our home. As chilly as it may be, being in shorts right now, where I'm currently at. Let me go change into pants. We're still good here. I just heard that. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that one. I don't live where you live. You don't live where I live. Very strange, very strange. I love the rain too. I'm so glad I caught that for you guys. I was hoping it was going to do something. And we're at 58. I love being live outside as much as possible. I really do. I mean, when I'm outside, just in general, I'm in a better mood than inside. Yeah, I'm glad that today's done. Well, it's not done yet, but it was a good day today. Nature does heal the soul, dude. I think nature can help you find your soul again if you're looking for it, or if you're looking for it for the first time. And it also can heal your soul as well, very deeply. I can see why a lot of people go to parks and stuff like that, and I could never do it by myself though. I would love to be able to travel a bit, but I don't want to do that by myself, because although I'm a lot like I'm a lot more comfortable being by myself more often. I really prefer to have someone else around. And let's just be honest, it's scary out there. Oh yeah, I agree, Sherry. Yeah, Daniel captures that in every way. Yeah, it, it's like Daniel's documenting through his photography his special moments in nature, and he's sharing that with all of us. That's such an awesome thing. It really is, especially when you're passionate about it. I'm telling you, man, don't stop doing what you're doing. I'm not sitting here saying, Daniel, you must do a lot more. All I'm saying to you is you just cannot ever give up on it. Even if it's the smallest things that you keep doing, whenever you can to move forward with it, you can't give up. Because you're phenomenal at it. Absolutely phenomenal. I'm usually in amazement with all your photos. I'm gonna be honest with you. Look at this guy. Which Daniel, share your same name for your Instagram, right? Your Instagram page, Daniel, right? Oh, thank you for hanging out here, dude. Yeah, so anyone that has not followed Daniel already on Instagram, that is his Instagram. Go ahead and look him up and give him a follow. Follow him. It's worth it. Trust me. And on Facebook. That's cool. Yeah, it's nice to like um it's nice to like because it's difficult like when you're out in nature, like it's difficult to be in the moment sometimes, but also being enough in the moment that you're able to capture what you want to capture in nature. Like you're so dialed in that it's okay that you pull out a phone or a camera and capture that moment. But that's even a deeper layer of like uh, being present is what I'm trying to say. So to be able to capture it is very special, I think, and not always easy. And you got to just let the moment flow, and you just got to go with the flow. I mean, I'm sure that's what Daniel does. Is he goes and hikes to these places, and in that moment, he feels something there, and he captures it, and he goes, and that's what we're seeing. And man, is that a beautiful thing to be able to capture that? To have that moment is, great in itself, but then to be able to capture it and then share it with others, that's awesome. That is art. That is the definition, one of the definitions of art, as far as I'm concerned. Oh, I love lemon Oreos. They're delicious. They are delicious. Yeah, they're really good. I like them a lot. It's still raining, but we're charging the phone now. We're actually doing pretty good tonight. I actually got on it at a reasonable time too. I really haven't been getting like any hours at work. I mean, I have minimal hours this week. I have bare minimum next week. So I gotta, I gotta give it time for my training to be done and see where it goes, because ultimately I want this to lead to a leadership position, maybe. And I gotta stick that one out for a bit. What's that noise? I've never heard that before. It's been raining hard for a while. Oh, that's in the back. That's the thing. I mean, so yeah, even with like downspouts and gutters and stuff, the water's dumped out at a rapid rate. Like when it's raining real hard, and it floods and like muddies that whole area where it's dripping out at. So it's like, I feel like just get a rain chain, yo. Get a rain chain and collect your rainwater, peeps. It's like, it's free water. It's free water. I was busy earlier helping a neighbor. Nice. Dang. Oh, that was some nice lightning right behind me. I just want to bring it back to Nancy Guthrie for a little bit. So, like, if the family was involved, you'd have to really like kind of grasp what that would mean. Like, that would mean that they're leveraging Savannah and her fame for their own gain, which is, family members have done that plenty of times before. But they're also leveraging their mother's life, potentially, unless she's somewhere safe. For what? Inheritance? The FBI is all over them. They're all over the whole case. Doesn't matter if they cleared anybody or not. If you think that they're not going to look into financials after the fact, that's just a part of the deal. That's just a part of it. So, like I said, for the family, extremely risky move. With a very high probability that you're going to get caught. I know people always don't think about that and the consequences, and they don't think they're going to get caught. But it's very, very high stakes on that one. And they are absolutely going to get caught if it were them. They're going to get caught. The cops could be sitting back and being like, waiting for them to make that one move, and then that's it. They're moving in, and they could have DNA, and we just don't even know it. They're not sharing much at all, and that usually means that they have enough that they could be looking at someone, but they can't say anything publicly. And that can absolutely involve the family members. They don't have to tell the truth. If it's part of an investigation, especially for, kidnapping or potential murder or whatever. But I feel like if it was the family, the gig would be up by now. Why would they be letting this drag out for this long? To get the inheritance? I don't know how that all even works. To find, you know, if she had like a life insurance policy. Another one bites the dust on that one. I just feel like that would be like a really, really like a last ditch effort, and they don't seem to. None of the family members seem to be in that much of financial strain. There is some rumors and some evidence of like that Nancy may have refinanced her house 3 different times, and consolidated stuff, and in order to help them financially somehow, some way. But even that, it's not enough evidence. It's just not enough. They would need more than that, and they know that. So, if you think that the FBI doesn't know all that stuff already, they do. And in fact, that could be a major reason why the FBI was involved from day one. I mean, it's, first of all, it's rare that they would get involved in an 84-year-old. How much do teachers make? I mean, I'm not a teacher myself, but starting off, I mean, depends on the school district. You're thinking about becoming a teacher? You got to get your master's for that. Not right away, but within a certain amount of time. Oh. Now it's just that slow drip of rain. I love that sound too when it's all calming down. And neither would I. I wouldn't want to be around kids like that, period. I don't care about germs or not. I don't want to be around kids like that. Tommaso is a teacher. Yeah, so, but what I'm saying, what I'm trying to say is there has to be something very major financially that's going on that just, right now there's nothing on the surface that, other than maybe some refis for her, that's not much to go on. It's just not, especially being public knowledge. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's just not, that's not really that much. And the fact that, like, I feel like she'd probably be worth more money being alive than dead. But then again, you don't know about life insurance and stuff like that. But if they think that the cops aren't going to be monitoring and looking into all that very closely, they're sadly mistaken. They're not going to get away with it. They know all the tricks. They're not going to get away with it. So, like I said, like if it is the family, the justice system's going to get them. Law enforcement will get them, especially when the FBI is involved. It's bizarre. It's very bizarre. Everything about it is super bizarre. How bizarre? How bizarre? I mean, the whole thing is just, it's just super bizarre. And yeah, it's just, it's mind-boggling. And I feel like they should have enough evidence to at least have a suspect. At least have a suspect. Person of interest and or suspect by this point. Or multiple of them. And they just don't. Again, they could, you know, they could be sitting back being patient and waiting for certain evidence to take its toll, meaning certain people making mistakes and feeling like they're you know, that they got away with it. And that's what the cops want them to feel like. They want them to be comfortable. They want them to potentially make a mistake. They want them to feel that grandiosity, and they've done this before. They're just waiting on it. Being SS. Short story. I don't know what SS means. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Another plane coming in. It really hasn't been though, Sherry, as far as I'm concerned. And the reason I say that is because I've come across, looked up, watched videos on so many other cases that were so much worse by the cops and how they handled the scene than this one. I mean, so much worse. Where it's like very obvious they just didn't care. They didn't want to put any resources towards it, and their minds were already biased. Their minds were made up, and it was done. No ands, ifs, or buts about it. But you know, I think it's a great sign, especially in a sheriff's office that reaches out to the FBI right away, like basically pretty much that same day, and being like, yeah, we need your help. You're gonna want to take a look at this one. So again, remember, keep in mind, like, that could be a setup. That could be something that the cops are doing. We just don't know. And they're keeping everything very, because I believe that they may be onto someone or a group of people. And they're observing them and they're watching them now. And for the public eye, they're like looking in storm culverts and like, I think because I've heard and read a lot of stuff about the Mexican border and like stuff like that, where they, you know, that could be a possibility. I feel like her body was buried like right in that backyard. Not in her backyard, but I mean somewhere in that whole vast desert, in the back, in the house, it's somewhere, and you're probably talking miles away, multiple miles away, you'll eventually find her remains somewhere. That's my guess. Because it seemed like the guy had a backpack that was like 25 like liters of like water. That's quite a bit to carry on your back. If you're just like, that means you're planning on like having to stay somewhere for a long period of time where you're going to need quite a bit of water to drink. So much so that you're carrying that weight on your back to make sure, and then you have a thing to it. You know, if you're planning on, bring a couple of water bottles if you're going to go hiking, if you're going to go like short distance, you might bring, what is it, a canteen? You got one of those? But someone that brings like, I think it was like 25 liters of water, that's a lot of water to carry on your back like that. And apparently it looked like that there were lights, like actual like reflective lights on the front here, because it looks like the way that he's looking around on the ground in that CCTV footage, the ring camera video, it looks like he's looking for his footing, because it's so dark there, which we can't tell in the camera how pitch dark it is, and he's trying to use this little bit of lights to not wake anyone but have enough lighting so he can somewhat see where he's walking. He's looking for his footing. But again, if he was a professional, you think he'd already have that mapped out and already know, like, not really care about his footing. Boom, get in, get out, and you do your thing. This seemed like, I wouldn't say full-blown amateur, but pretty close to amateur, and not very well planned out. Or it was made to look like that. And in that case, it was done by professionals. I feel like it was a professional. It's very professional in a sense, but then again, that footage makes me think like, no, but it's like, is that what that person wants you to think, or that group wants you to think? I looked up, I believe anything's possible at this point. And one of the gigantic things that are out there, theories that are out there, is the smiley face, smiley face murders. And it's this theory. It's not so much of a theory, where I'd say it's more of like a realization in a sense, if you watch and read enough about this. But it's basically like all these cases, all these like not murders, they're not deemed to be murders. It's basically always involving like a young male, white, usually athletic build, usually going to be successful in school in some way, shape, and form, going to be successful at life in general. And they leave the bar area or a party, and it appears that they're very heavily intoxicated. But in a lot of these, in some of these cases, they don't automatically check for, not MDMA, but it's another thing, which it could be the drug that basically makes you not remember anything, where you're at, nothing. And they don't actively test for this chemical in a standard autopsy. They just don't. And the only people that would know that would be like law enforcement and people that work in that field. But in some of the cases, they did test for that chemical and that drug, and it was heavily prevalent in that victim once it was tested for. But they don't actively test for all that. And the majority of these cases, and they're countrywide, mostly focused in the Midwest, like Wisconsin area, like La Crosse, Wisconsin area, and some in Illinois, Indiana, New York, kind of spread out, some in Texas, maybe some in California, some in, not Louisiana. There's another big state in there that they've found some, I think Jersey, something like that. Oh, Pennsylvania as well. One, Nashville, Tennessee, which is a huge one. And this is someone that Riley Strain, his name was, that went missing like not too long ago in Nashville, Tennessee, where like so they go missing, and then they end up being found dead in some type of body of water, river, creek, a lake, but mostly rivers and like creeks. And their autopsies are pretty much deemed as like accidental drowning, intoxication leading to drowning, meaning the majority of these young adults that are potentially at a bar scene, the majority of them weren't really. I mean, it was the start of their night, most of them, and most of these guys can drink. I'm sure most of us under the table, any given night, and they're found. They go missing for like days, weeks, and then they turn up in a body of water as if they drown. Most of the time in areas that were already searched extensively by like teams of people and professionals for the most part that know what they're doing. And it is absolutely terrifying. So the theory is there's two or three huge retired detectives that investigate this theory now. There's usually next to the bodies, somewhere near the bodies, there's a smiley face, just a spray painted eye, and then a smiley face. So eye, smiley face. Sometimes it'll have devil horns on it. Other times it won't, or it'll be something else. But always a smiley face. And the devil horns were actually, they were found, so right where I grew up, a guy, Tommy Booth was his name, a bar I used to go to, he was found, so the cameras picked him up going into the bar, never coming out, like at all. And then went missing, and then was found in the creek in the back of the bar, like weeks later. I mean, right. When I say right down, I mean it was 5 minutes driving from where I grew up, and in fact, one of the bars that I would go to often at that particular time, because it was if you were going to party somewhere, you'd go to Bootleggers. You'd go to Bootleggers and you would dance and you would have a blast. And it got sketchy sometimes. It's right next to like a really dangerous city. I mean, right there. And in fact, that's what it backs up to. And it's like insane to think that bar was just that dangerous, where someone like these potential murderers, these smiley face killers, could have been in that bar and targeting a male. But he was a little bit older than the average targets. Does anyone know, anyone ever hear of this, what I'm talking about, or no? It's just complete gibberish to all of you. The smiley face killer. Smiley. Think about that. And I think it's real. And the reason I think it's real is I think it's a group of people that are very organized on the dark web, and they carry these crimes out nationwide in different cities, to make it look, and if it was always in the same area, they know that there's a serial killer out there, or killers, but they spread out. They're very organized, and unfortunately, when a body's found in water, a lot of the evidence goes away eventually, especially like DNA stuff and all that kind of stuff. There's a lot, and there's a lot, but there's also a lot of sciences that can study bodies after they've been in the water for a long period of time. And the majority of these cases, they all say that the bodies couldn't have been in the water for a very long time. They've been missing for like a month, okay? And they'd be found in this, like a creek bed where they already searched. And it's like, oh, they drowned. No. They were taken somewhere by somebody or a group of people because they've been missing for weeks. And what they can tell, science can tell the decomposition on a body and how long it's been in the water for about. They can estimate the days nowadays. And they're like, this body has not been in the water that long, but it's been missing for weeks. And it's still deemed as like an accident. It's never looked into as a murder. It's never looked into as a potential crime at all. In fact, the cops, they just shut it down usually. They shut it down. Ain't no FBI getting involved in these cases for some reason. Even though it's across multiple states, multiple cities, potentially, there's still like, and when there's like close connections with these cases, I mean, there's very close connections, meaning the same type of victim, okay, same age, same everything, male, white, all that. And so the target is very, very similar, common every single time. And they're always out with their friends. And usually, they leave the bar seen with some girl or woman nearby. Either leaving together, talking at the end of the night in the bar, but I believe that it's a female, like, drugging these guys, because a guy would never expect that, especially a college type kid, and targeting them and getting them out to where they need to, and then they're kidnapping them. They're taking this person all together as a group. And the theory that young men like that walk across the bridge and fall off of it in a river, and then they can't even bring themselves, they're so intoxicated that they can't even bring themselves out of the river, even if they're small ones, doesn't make any sense. Like, I know that can happen once in a while, but not as much as it is. And being like, oh yeah, that's what it is. It really doesn't make any sense. I mean, I myself, like, I think any one of us can be like, I've been intoxicated where I'm walking unfamiliar area, whatever, but I'm certainly not going to walk across a bridge. Okay, most of these bridges are like, you just walk straight across them. Doesn't take a rocket scientist to know how to walk across a bridge, and you just got to stay straight up. And most of these bridges, like, they'd have to really throw themselves over the bridge to even get over it in the first place. It just doesn't make any sense. But the cops just are like, no, we're not looking into any of these cases anymore. So, Daniel, have you ever heard of the smiley face killer? That's sad, Sherry. Yeah, that's what I was just talking about. And how absolutely eerie of a theory that is. Eerie theory. One that I think it might actually be real. And the fact that that could possibly be real is like, I don't think it's really that unbelievable, to be honest. It's really not that far-fetched. It's not. People are that sick. People just aren't. Not everybody, but there are people that are out there that are like that. There we go. It's a long kind of storm. Lots of rain coming through. I didn't think it was going to rain for this long. Oh, dude, yeah. Power animals, great point. Yeah. Yeah, it's a sick world we live in, to say the least. Yeah, they should have asked that. They should have asked all of those questions right then and there. Yeah, man, that's a creepy case too, to say the very least. Holy moly, is that creepy as all hell, man. That's like, whoa, what happened to those people? And why did the one survive? How did the one survive? They were all dropping like flies. And then she manages to stay alive. What's up, Nancy? Thanks for joining. It is hard to deal with that, but you know, it's just the way that it is. And for me, like true crime and stuff, like looking into this kind of stuff and how evil people really can be and are, I can maybe hopefully spot others that I'm like, I gotta stay the heck away from them. And you do too, and or you know, someone else has to, like if they're close to me. It's like, I don't know. I think it's like people put a value on people, like how much they're worth to them or whatever, and it's like there's no price point, there's no value of a certain person ever. I feel like everyone's valuable and deserves the simple things in life, but not if you decide to really hurt someone else, commit murder. There's no answer for that. Thank you, Nancy. I'm glad that you're enjoying it. Thanks for being here. I think a lot of us take life for granted. You know, it's actually it's quite easy to do that nowadays. I think. I mean, I take life for granted. I mean, if it wasn't for this moment right now, being out here and being able to be out here live with all you guys and hang out and experience the rain and be really in touch with who I like myself right now. Someone's burning the fire and it's strong. It's really strong. It's like, it's not even that, it's not cold for a fireplace. It's just weird that I smell fire, like such like a intense fire smell when it's raining. I'm ready to go home. I'm okay with that. What do you mean? Oh man, that's a really strong fire smell. That is strong. I know there was just lightning. I wonder if it like lit something on fire, because it smelled. I smell fire strong. Oh, that's what I thought. That's where I thought you were going. But I wanted to hear it from you. I feel like I may be as well, but at the same time, like, not, because I feel like I still have a purpose here. I just got really hungry. I'm glad I can help you make you smile. I believe so. Maybe even multiple purposes. I know that I'm personally not making, you know, making a difference like I wanted to in the world as much as I wanted to. And it's not necessarily putting myself down, more of just like the simple things that I can keep doing or still do that could potentially still help others and myself. And I got to keep doing those. Doesn't matter, like. I mean, I can see how death you can be fearful of death. I am. I've gotten a lot better with it, but it's still, you know, when you still feel like you have a purpose and you still know that there's something that you're supposed to do here, and maybe you're already doing it, and you got to just keep doing it and keep spreading it and making it bigger. I don't know, but I just got to keep doing what I want to do, and I feel like eventually, like, it's going to lead to something that I hopefully that I've been born to do, that I'm doing, and I'm making a huge difference in a huge way. I mean, I'm not just talking like, but at the same time, sometimes thinking like that, like, I have to like impact hundreds of thousands of people, if not millions of people. Why do I have to do that? And especially at first. If I'm even helping like 5 people, that's amazing. and to just keep growing from it, starting like that, and then because you were supposed to. This is what was supposed to happen. You know. Hello, Div. Welcome. Thank you for joining. It's our job to help when you can. What? What's up, Div? I can't believe it's still raining. I'm hungry, man. I gotta get something to eat. Low. Holy crap. Oh my gosh, that was super low. Oh. It's raining hard again. Yeah, helping others does give you a sense of purpose. I agree. I'm eating potato salad. My neighbor's like unloading stuff right now. Talking about the worst time to unload some stuff out of the car. It's getting chilly out. got a bit chilly out.
That is a weird dream.
Dude. Oh yeah.
It's coming down now.
Thank you guys all for being here and hanging out still.
It's so awesome that I'm able to like kind of have this little it's raining real hard now, just like it was earlier, but you know, it's pretty dry right in the middle here. If I was over there, I mean, I'd be soaked. If I was right there, I'd be soaked, but being directly in the middle, I'm just getting some, oh, now there's some spray coming in as I say it. There's some spray coming in now. And it's raining real hard. Again. It's really coming down, isn't it? I didn't know we were going to get this much rain. I want a cheesesteak so bad right now. It's kind of, yeah, so, I mean, it's like getting cooler. It's pretty humid, but it's getting a lot cooler out than it was earlier. I mean, it reached like 81, high 81 degrees Fahrenheit today, but it was pretty warm for this time of the year for us.
But
it's getting chilly out now.
with the storm front, this front coming in.
And the wind has definitely increased. No more thunder and lightning, but just a lot of rain.
A lot of rain.
Big time.
All right, folks. That's going to do it for tonight, I think. I'm going to leave you guys with what I always leave you with. That is, of course, be kind to others, but most of all, be kind to yourselves. It's known as self-compassion. Good night, everyone. Bye-bye.